Ohio State continues to do Ohio State kind of things on the recruiting trail. The Buckeyes now have 2 of the top 3 receivers in the 2024 cycle committed. They got Jeremiah Smith, the number 1 wide receiver, and then landed a commitment from Mylan, the number 3 wide receiver in this entire class. Now, the inside scoop with Josh Newberg is on this very platform, so make sure you're locked in there. They're going to keep you in the know for all things recruiting in this beautiful game that is college football. I wanted to take a step back and just sort of analyze this from a broad strokes perspective as it pertains to Ohio State, because we got to ask the question, man, is it something in the water in Columbus? Why are they able to just recruit absolute dogs at the wide receiver position? And the first thing we got to look at is the track record, right? Because this isn't something new. Okay, Brian Hartline has been winning at this game for a while. Chris Olave, Garrett Wilson, Terry McLaurin. You go to Ohio State, you ball out, and you go get drafted and make a whole lot of money and then continue to ball out in the NFL. And that's the other thing that I don't know that we pay enough attention to. Yes, Ohio State's getting big-time guys. Like, they've gotten a lot of guys with a lot of stars next to their name in Columbus. That's nothing new. But they develop those guys in Columbus. If I go to Ohio State, I want to be a receiver. I know that I'm going to get developed to the nth degree to be ready when my name is called on draft day. I've said it many times on this show, but y'all know how we feel about this when it pertains from college to the professional ranks. Whatever you want to do professionally, it doesn't have to be football. Whatever you want to do professionally, college is supposed to prepare you for that. Me personally, I went to Cornell, and we had one of the best hotel programs in the country, hotel administration rather. And so if you wanted to go run a hotel, you went to Cornell to do that. If you want to be an actor on Broadway, guess where you go? Juilliard. If you want to be a chef, you go to the best institution in the world, probably somewhere in Italy, to get you ready to do that. If you want to play wide receiver in the NFL, by the track record, by the development, you go to Ohio State. So good for these guys, good for Mylan Graham, good for Jeremiah Smith for deciding they want to be a part of what is being built at Ohio State. Really quickly, though, make sure you're subscribed to the On3 YouTube channel. We talk college football here every single day. You're a junkie about this beautiful game, and so are we. So come join the party. Make sure you're locked in. Also, follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at JDPakel. That's just a great way for us to interact and have some back and forth, all right? So we appreciate y'all in advance for that. Now, where are all these wide receivers coming from? Rather, why are they coming to Ohio State? The track record, yes, but here's the deal. If I'm a big-time wide receiver, I'm not coming to your school if you don't have a quarterback that can throw me the rock. And so, yes, they're landing big-time wide receivers, but where there's smoke, there's fire. If you build it, they will come. If there's wide receivers, there's likely quarterbacks. And if there's quarterbacks, there's likely wide receivers. And look at what Ohio State has done on that front. In the 2022 class, landed the number 1 quarterback in the whole darn country in Devin Brown. Okay, in 2021, they landed not 1, but 2 top 5 quarterbacks. A guy by the name of Quinn Ewers, who's now at Texas, and then Kyle McCord, who a lot of people think could be your starter this coming season. Then in 2020, I don't know, just landed C.J. Stroud, who very well could be the top pick in the NFL draft here in a couple of weeks. And then in 2019, you go to the portal, and what do you know? You grab a Justin Fields from Georgia. So do you see what I'm saying here? Receivers are coming to play with big-time quarterbacks. And that's one reason why Josh Newberg, the national recruiting analyst for here at On3, he put in a pick the other day for the Ohio State Buckeyes to land Aaron Noland. Aaron Noland is seeing these guys and saying, yeah, maybe I do want to play with Jeremiah Smith. Maybe I do want to play with Mylan Graham. And if it's not Aaron Noland, it'll be somebody else who's an absolute baller. Because quarterbacks are lining up to play with these wide receivers. And vice versa. These wide receivers want to come play for these big-time quarterbacks at Ohio State. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's a snowball effect, if you will, in Columbus. The quarterbacks and the receivers want to play together and do a lot of good things that have been done previously at Ohio State. Okay, so right now, Ryan Day has got this machine rolling. Brian Hartline is going to be the OC this coming year. And keep an eye on how that impacts recruiting going forward. I mean, it's hard to imagine Ohio State recruits even better than they are at these positions right now. But if Ohio State just continues to churn along, I would expect the recruiting at those positions, both receiver and quarterback, to churn along with it. And like I said, Brian Hartline now has the keys to the offense. He's going to be your OC. Just keep an eye on that. I'll leave it at that. We'll just keep an eye on that and see how that potentially could impact the future classes for Ohio State. But again, Mylan Graham is committed to the Buckeyes, along with Jeremiah Smith, the rich get richer, Ohio State doing Ohio State things, getting big-time wide receivers to Columbus. This has been The Hard Count. Nick, Break, Lift, and Heavy. We appreciate y'all rolling with us, man. Make sure you're locked in so you do not miss a minute of what we got going on right here, man. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We're going to keep this party rolling, and we will see y'all next time. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.